Oh, I'm alive. Greater light. You see what my title says. I don't want to go into much explanation. I just want to go ahead and do what my spirit has instructed me to do. There are and were sent many messengers, and this message found me today. I wasn't looking for it. This message found me today. Tablets of BAHA revealed after the Kitab I-Aqdas, if I'm pronouncing it properly. You have permission to freely make and use copies of and text any other information, content available on this site, including printing, emailing, posting, distributing, copying, downloading, uploading, transmitting, displaying the content in whole or in part, subject to the following. Our copyright notice and source reference must be attached to the content. The content may not be modified or altered in any way except to change the font or appearance. The content must be used solely for non-commercial purposes. Although this is blanket permission to reproduce the content is given freely, such that no special permission is required, and the Baha'i international community retains full copyright protection for all content included at this site under all applicable national and international laws. For permission to publish, transmit, display, otherwise use the content for use for the content for any commercial purposes, please contact us. And this is not for commercial purposes. References to the Quran and footnotes referencing to the Quran, the suris have been numbered according to the original, whereas the verse numbers are those in Rodwell's translation, which differ sometimes from those of Arabic. LLAH Carmel, or Carmel, tablet of Carmel. Carmel. All glory be to this day, the day in which the fragrances of mercy have been wafted over all created things, a day so blessed that past ages and centuries can never hope to rival it, a day in which the countenance of the Ancient of Days have turned towards his holy seat. Thereupon the voices of all created things, and beyond them those of the concourse on high, were heard calling aloud, "Haste thee, O Carmel, for lo, the light of the countenance of God, the ruler of the kingdom of names and fashioner of the heavens, hath been lifted upon thee." Seized with transports of joy and raising high her voice, she thus exclaimed, "May my life be a sacrifice to thee, inasmuch as thou hast fixed thy gaze upon me, hast bestowed upon me thy bounty, and has directed towards me thy steps. Separation from thee, O thy source of everlasting life, hath well nigh consumed me, and my remoteness from thy presence hath burned away my soul. All praise be to thee for having enabled me to hearken to thy call, for having honored me with thy footsteps, and for having quickened my soul through the vitalizing fragrance of thy day and the shrilling voice of thy pen, a voice thou didst ordain as thy trumpet call amidst thy people. And when the hour at which thy resistless faith was to be made manifest did strike, thou didst breathe a breath of thy spirit into thy pen, and lo, the entire creation shook to its very foundations, unveiling to mankind such mysteries as lay hidden within the treasuries of him who is possessor of all created things. No sooner had her voice reached that most exalted spot than we made reply, render thanks unto the Lord, O Carmel. The fire of thy separation from me was fast consuming thee, when the ocean of my presence surged before thy face, cheering thine eyes and those of all creation, and filling with delight all things visible and invisible. Rejoice, for God hath in this day established upon thee his throne, hath made thee the dawning place of his signs, and the dayspring of the evidences of his revelation. Well is it with him that circleth around thee, that proclaimeth the revelation of thy glory, and recounteth that which the bounty of the Lord thy God has showed upon thee. Seize thou of the chalice of immorality in the name of thy Lord, the all glorious, and give thanks unto him, inasmuch as he, in token of his mercy unto thee, hath turned thy sorrow into gladness, and transmuted thy grief into blissful joy. He verily loveth the spot which hath been made the seat of his throne, which his footsteps have trodden, which hath been honored by his presence, from which he raised his call, and upon which he shed his tears. Call out to Zion, O Carmel, and announce the joyful tidings. He that was hidden from the mortal eye is come. His all-conquering sovereignty is manifest. His all-encompassing splendor is revealed. Beware lest thou shalt hesitate or halt. Hasten forth and circumambulate the city of God that hath descended from heaven, the celestial Kaaba, round which have circled in adoration the favored of God, the pure in heart, in the company of the most exalted angels. Oh, how I long to announce unto every spot on the surface of the earth, and to carry to each one of its cities the glad tidings of this revelation, a revelation to which the heart of Sinai hath been attracted, and in whose name the burning bush is calling. Unto God, the Lord of lords, belong the kingdoms of earth and heaven. Verily, this is the day in which both land and sea rejoice at the announcement, the day for which have been laid upon things which God, through a bounty beyond the ken of mortal mind or heart, has destined for revelation. Ere long will God sail his ark upon thee, and will manifest the people of BAHA, who have been mentioned in the book of names. Sanctified be the Lord of all mankind, at the mention of whose name all atoms of the earth have been made to vibrate, and the tongue of grandeur hath been moved to disclose that which have been wrought in his knowledge, and lay concealed within the treasury of his might. He verily, through the potency of his name, the mighty and all powerful, the most high, is the ruler of all that is in the heavens and all that is on earth. The most holy tablet. This is the most holy tablet, sent down from the holy kingdom unto the one who has set his face towards the object of adoration of the world. He who hath come from heaven to eternity, invested with the transcendent glory in the name of the Lord, and the Lord of great glory. This is an epistle from our presence unto him whom the veils of names have failed to keep back from God, the creator of earth and heaven, that his eyes may be cheered in the days of his Lord, the help in peril of self-sustenance. Say, O followers of the Son, have ye shut out yourselves from me by reason of my name? Wherefore ponder ye not in your hearts. Day and night ye have been calling upon your Lord, the omnipotent. But when he came from heaven of eternity in his great glory, ye turned aside from him and remained sunk in heedlessness. Consider those who reject the Spirit when he called unto them with manifest dominion. How numerous the Pharisees who had secluded themselves in synagogues in his name, lamenting over their separation from him. And yet, when the portals of reunion were flung open and the divine luminary shone resplendent from the dayspring of beauty, they disbelieved in God and the exalted, the mighty. They failed to attain his presence, notwithstanding that his advent had been promised them in the book of Isaiah, as well as in the book of the prophets and the messengers. No one from among them turned his face towards the dayspring of the divine bounty, except such as were destitute of any power amongst men. And yet, today, every man endowed with power and invested with sovereignty prideth himself in his name. Moreover, call thou to mind the one who sentenced Jesus to death. He was the most learned of his age in his own country, whilst he who was only a fisherman believed in him. Take good heed and be of them that observe the warning. Consider likewise how numerous at this time are the monks who have secluded themselves in their churches, calling upon the Spirit. But when he appeared through the power of truth, they failed to draw nigh unto him, and are numbered with those that have gone far astray. Happy are they that have abandoned them and set their faces towards him who is the desire of all that are in the heavens and all that are on the earth. They read the evangel and yet refuse to acknowledge the all glorious Lord, notwithstanding that he hath come through the potency of his exalted, his mighty and gracious dominion. We verily have come for your sakes, and have borne the misfortunes of the world for your salvation. Flee ye the one who has sacrificed his life that ye may be quickened. Fear God, O followers of the Spirit, and walk not in the footsteps of every divine that hath gone far astray. Do ye imagine that he seeketh his own interest when he hath at all times been threatened by the swords of the enemies, or that he seeketh the vanities of the world after he hath been imprisoned in the most desolate of cities? Be fair in your judgment, and follow not the footsteps of the unjust. Open the doors of your heart. He who is the Spirit verily standeth before them. Wherefore keep ye afar from him who hath proposed to draw you nigh to a resplendent spot. Say, we in truth have opened unto you the gates of the kingdom. Will ye bar the doors of your houses in my face? This indeed is not but a grievous error. He verily hath again come down from heaven, even as he came down from it the first time. Beware lest ye dispute that which he proclaimeth, even as the people before you reputed his utterances. Thus instructeth you the true one. Could ye but perceive it? The river Jordan is joined to the most great ocean, and the sun in the holy vale crieth out, Here am I, O Lord my God. Will Sinai circle round the house, and the burning bush calleth aloud? He who is the desired one is come in his transcendent majesty. Say, lo, the Father is come, and that which ye were promised in the kingdom is fulfilled. This is the word which the Son concealed, when to those around him he said, Ye cannot bear it now. And when the appointed time was fulfilled and the hour had struck, the word shone forth above the horizon of the will of God. Beware, O followers of the Son, that ye cast it behind your that ye cast it not behind your backs. Take ye fast hold of it. Better is this for you than all that he possesses. Verily, he is nigh unto them that do good. The hour which we had concealed from the knowledge of the people of the earth and of the favorite angel have come to pass. Say verily, he hath testified to me, and I do testify of him. Indeed, he hath proposed no other man, no other than me. Unto this beareth witness every fair-minded and understanding soul. Thou beset with countless afflictions, we summon the people unto God, the Lord of names. Say, strive ye to attain that which ye have been promised in the book of God, in the books of God, and walk not in the way of the ignorant. My body hath endured imprisonment, that ye may be released from the bondage of self. Set your faces then towards his countenance, and follow not the footsteps of every hostile oppressor. Verily, he hath consented to be sorely abased, that ye may attain unto glory, and yet ye are disputing yourselves in the veil of heedlessness. He in truth liveth in the most desolate of abodes. For your sakes, will ye dwell in your palaces? Say, did ye not hearken to the voice of the crier calling aloud in the wilderness of Bayan, bearing unto you the glad tidings of the coming of your Lord, the all merciful? Lo, he is come in the sheltering shadow of testimony, invested with the conclusive proof and evidence. And those who truly believe in him regard his presence as the embodiment of the kingdom of God. Blessed is the man who turneth towards him and who betide such as to deny or doubt him. Announce thou unto the priests, lo, he who is the ruler is come. Set out from behind the veil in the name of thy Lord. He who layeth low the necks of all men, proclaim then unto all mankind the glad tidings of this mighty, this glorious revelation. Verily, he who is the Spirit of truth is come to guide you unto all truth. He speaketh not as prompted by his own self, but as bidden by him who is the all-knowing, the all-wise. Say, this is the one who hath glorified the Son and hath exalted his cause. Cast away, O peoples of earth, that which ye have, and take fast hold of that which ye are hidden by the all-powerful. He who is the bearer of the trust of God, purge ye your ears and set your hearts towards him, that he may hearken unto the most wondrous call, which hath been raised from Sinai, the habitation of your Lord, the most glorious. It will, in truth, draw you nigh unto the spot wherein ye will perceive the splendor of the light of his countenance, which shineth above his luminous horizon. O concourse of priests, leave the bells and come forth then from your churches. It behooved you in this day to proclaim aloud the most great name among the nations. Prefer ye to be silent, whilst every stone and every tree shouteth aloud, the Lord is come in his great glory. Well, is it with the man who hasteneth unto him? Verily, he is numbered among them whose names will be eternally recorded, and who will be mentioned by the concourse on high. Let me get my glasses. I'll be right back. Thus hath it been decreed by the Spirit in this wondrous tablet. He that summeth men in my name is verily of me, and he will show forth that which is beyond the power of all that are on earth. Follow ye the way of the Lord, and walk not in the footsteps of them that are sunk in heedlessness. Well, is it in slumber? Well, is it with the slumber who is stirred by the breeze of God and riseth from amongst the dead, directing his steps towards the way of the Lord? Verily, such a man is regarded in the sight of God, the true one, as the jewel amongst men, and is reckoned with the blissful. Say, in the east, the light of his revelation hath broken. In the west have appeared the signs of his dominion. Ponder this in your hearts, O people, and be not of those who have turned a deaf ear to the admonitions of him who is the Almighty, the All-Praised. Let the breeze of God awaken you. Verily it hath wafted over the world. Well, is it with him that hath discovered the fragrance thereof and been accounted among the well assured? O concourse of bishops, ye are the stars of heaven of my knowledge. My mercy desire not that ye should fall upon the earth. My justice, however, declareth, this is that which the Son hath decreed, and whatsoever hath proceeded out of his blameless, his truth-speaking, trustworthy mouth can never be altered. The bells verily peal out my name and lament over me, but my spirit rejoiceth in evident gladness. The body of the loved one yearneth for the cross, and his head is eager for the spear in the path of the all merciful. The ascendancy of the oppressor can no wise deter him from his purpose. We have summoned all created things to attain the presence of the Lord, the King of all names. Blessed is the man who has set his face towards God, the Lord of the day of reckoning. O concourse of monks, if ye choose to follow me, I will make you heirs of my kingdom. And if ye transgress against me, I will in my long suffering endure it patiently. And I verily am the ever forgiving, the all merciful. O land of Syria, what hath become of thy righteousness? Thou art in truth ennobled by the footsteps of the Lord. Hast thou perceived the fragrance of heavenly reunion, or art thou to be accounted of the heedless? Bethlehem is astir with the breeze of God. We hear her voice saying, O most generous Lord, where is thy great glory established? The sweet savors of thy presence have quickened me after I had melted in my separation from thee. Praise be thou that thou hast raised the veils and come with the power and evident glory. We called unto her from behind the tabernacle of majesty and grandeur. O Bethlehem, this light hath risen in the Orient and traveled towards the Occident until it reached thee in the evening of its life. Tell me then, do the sons recognize the Father and acknowledge him, or do they deny him? Even as the people aforetime denied him, Jesus. Whereupon she cried out, saying, Thou art in truth the all-knowing, the best informed. Verily we behold all created things move to bear witness unto us. Some know us and bear witness, while the majority bear witness, yet know us not. Mount Sinai is astir with the joy of beholding our countenance. She had lifted her enthralling voice in glorification of her Lord, saying, O Lord, I sense the fragrance of thy garment. Methinks thou art near, invested with the signs of God. Thou hast ennobled these regions with thy footsteps. Great is the blessedness of thy people. Could they but know thee and inhale thy sweet savors? And woe betide them that are fast asleep. Happy art thou who hast turned thy face towards my countenance, and as much as thou hast rent the veils asunder, hast shattered the idols, and recognized thine eternal Lord. The people of the Quran have risen up against us without any clear proof of evidence, tormenting us at every moment with the fresh torment. They idly imagine that tribulations can frustrate our purpose. Vain indeed is that which they have imagined. Verily, thy Lord is one who ordaineth whatsoever he pleaseth. I never passed a tree, but mine heart addressed it, saying, Oh, would thou that thou were cut down in my name, and my body crucified upon thee. We revealed this passage to the epistle to the Shah, that it might serve as a warning to the followers of the religions. Verily, thy Lord is all knowing and all wise. Let not the things that have perpetrated grieve thee. Truly, they are even as dead and not living. Leave them unto the dead, then turn thy face towards him who is the life giver of the world. Beware lest the sayings of the heedless sadden thee. Be thou steadfast in the cause, and teach the people with consummate wisdom. Thus enjoineth thee the ruler of earth and heaven. He is the truth, the Almighty, the most generous. Ere long will God exalt thy remembrance, and will inscribe with the pen of glory that which thou didst utter for the sake of his love. He is in truth the protector of the doers of good. Give my remembrance to the one named Murad, and say, Blessed art thou, O Murad, inasmuch as thou didst cast away the promptings of thine own desire, and hast followed him who is the desire of all mankind. Say, Blessed the slumberer who is awakened by my breeze. Blessed the lifeless one who is quickened through my reviving breaths. Blessed the eye that is solaced by my gazing at my beauty. Blessed the wayfarer who has directed his steps towards the tabernacle of my glory and majesty. Blessed the distressed one who seeketh refuge beneath the shadow of my canopy. Blessed the sore athirst who has hastened to the soft flowing waters of my loving kindness. Blessed the insatiate soul who casteth away his selfish desires for the love of me, and taketh his place at the banquet table which I have sent down from the heaven of divine bounty for my chosen ones. Blessed the abased one who layeth fast hold the cord of my glory, and the needy one who entereth beneath the shadow of the tabernacle of my wealth. Blessed the ignorant one who seeketh the fountain of my knowledge, and the heedless one who cleaveth to my cord, to the cord of my remembrance. Blessed the soul that hath been raised to life through my quickeneth breath, and hath gained admittance into my heavenly kingdom. Blessed the man whom the sweet savors of reunion with me have stirred and caused to draw nigh upon the dayspring of my revelation. Blessed is the ear that hath heard, and the tongue that hath borne witness, and the eye that hath seen and recognized the Lord for himself in his great glory and majesty, invested with grandeur and dominion. Blessed are they that have attained his presence. Blessed the man who hath sought enlightenment from the day star of my word. Blessed he who hath attired his head with the diadem of my love. Blessed is he who hath heard of my grief and hath arisen to aid me among my people. Blessed is he who hath laid down his life in my path and hath borne manifold hardships for the sake of my name. Blessed the man who, assured of my word, hath arisen from among the dead to celebrate my praise. Blessed is he that hath been enraptured by my wondrous melodies, and hath rent the veils asunder through the potency of my might. Blessed is he that remained faithful to my covenant, and whom the things of the world have not kept back from attaining my court of holiness. Blessed is the man who hath detached himself from all else but me, has soared in the atmosphere of my love, hath gained admittance into my kingdom, gazed upon my realms of glory, quaffed the living waters of my bounty, hath drunk his fill from the heavenly river of my loving providence, acquainted himself with my cause, apprehended that which I concealed within my treasury of my words, and hath shone forth from the horizon of divine knowledge, engaged in my praise and glorification. Verily, he is of me. Upon him rests my mercy, my loving kindness, my bounty, my glory. Glad tidings. This is the call of the all glorious, which is proclaimed from the supreme horizon in the prison of Akka. He is the expounder, the all knowing, the all informed, God, the true one, testifieth, and revealers of his name and attributes bear witness that our sole purpose in raising the call and the proclaiming his sublime word is that the ear of the entire creation may, through the living waters of divine utterance, be purged from lying tales and become attuned to the holy, the glorious and exalted word which hath issued forth from the repository of the knowledge of the maker of the heavens and creator of names. Happy are they that judge with fairness. O people of earth, the first glad tidings which the mother book hath in the most great revelation imparted unto all the peoples of the world is that the law of holy war hath been blotted out from the book. Glorified be the all-merciful, the Lord of grace, abounding, through whom the door of heavenly bounty hath been flung open into the face of all that are in heaven and earth. The second glad tiding is permitted that the people and kindreds of the world associated with one another with joy and radiance. O people, consort with the followers of all religions in a spirit of friendliness and fellowship. Thus hath the day star in his sanction and authority shone forth above the horizon of the decree of God, the Lord of the worlds. The third glad tiding concerneth the study of diverse languages. This decree hath formerly streamed forth from the pen of the Most High. It behooveth the sovereigns of the world, may God assist them, or the ministers of the earth, to take counsel together and to adopt one of the existing languages or a new one to be taught to the children in schools throughout the world, and likewise one script. Thus the whole earth will come to be regarded as one country. Well, is it with him whom hearketh unto his call and observeth that whereunto he is bidden by God, the Lord of the mighty throne? The fourth glad tidings. Should any of the kings, may God aid them, arise to protect and help the oppressed people, all must vie with one another in loving and in serving him. This matter is incumbent upon everyone. Well, is it with him that act accordingly? The fifth glad tidings. In every country where any of the people reside, of this people reside, they must behave toward the government of the country with loyalty, honesty, and truthfulness. This is that which hath been revealed to the behest of him who is ordainer, the Ancient of Days. It is binding and incumbent upon the people of the world, one and all, to extend aid unto the momentous cause which is come from the heaven of the will of ever abiding God, that perchance the fire of the animosity which blazeth in the hearts of some of the peoples of the earth may, through the living waters of divine wisdom and by virtue of heavenly counsels and exhortations, be quenched, and the light of unity and concord may shine forth and shed its radiance upon the world. We cherish the hope that through the earnest endeavors of such as are the exponents of the power of God, exalted be his glory, the weapons of war throughout the world may be converted into instruments of reconstruction, and that strife and conflict may be removed from the midst of men. The sixth glad tidings is the establishment of lesser peace, details of which have formerly been revealed from our most exalted pen. Great is the blessedness of him who upholdeth it and observeth whatever hath been ordained by God, the all knowing, the all wise. The seven glad tidings, the choice of clothing and the cut of the beard and its dressing are left in to the discretion of men. But beware, O people, lest ye make yourselves the playthings of the ignorant. The eighth glad tiding, the pious deeds of the monks and priests among the followers of the Spirit, upon him be the peace of God, are remembered in his presence. In this day, however, let them give up the life of seclusion and direct their steps toward open world and busy themselves with that which will profit themselves and others. We have granted them leave to enter into wedlock, that they may bring forth one who will make mention of God, the Lord of the seen and unseen, the Lord of the exalted throne. The ninth glad tiding. When the sinner findeth himself wholly detached and freed from all save God, he should beg for forgiveness and pardon from him. Confession of sins and transgressions before human beings is not permissible, as it hath never been nor will ever be conducive to divine forgiveness. Moreover, such confession before people results in one's humiliation and abasement and God, exalted be his glory, wisheth not the humiliation of his servants. Verily is the compassionate and merciful. The sinner should, between himself and God, implore mercy from the ocean of mercy, beg forgiveness from the heaven of generosity, and say, O God, my God, I implore thee by the blood of thy true lovers who were so enraptured by thy sweet utterance, and that they hasten unto the pinnacle of glory, the sight of the most glorious martyrdom. And I beseech thee by the mysteries which lie enshrined in the knowledge and by the pearls that are treasured in the ocean of thy bounty, to grant forgiveness unto me and unto my father and to my mother, of those who show forth mercy. Thou art in truth the most merciful. No God is there but thee, the ever forgiving, the all bountiful. O Lord, thou seest this essence of sinfulness turning unto the ocean of thy favor, and this feeble one seeking the kingdom of thy divine power, and this poor creature inclining thyself towards the day star of thy wealth. By thy mercy and thy grace, disappoint him not, O Lord, nor debar him from the revelations of thy bounty in thy days, nor cast him away from thy door, which thou hast opened wide to all that dwell in thy heaven and on thine earth. At last, my sins have prevented me from approaching the court of thy holiness, and my trespasses have caused me to stray far from the tabernacle of thy majesty. I have committed that which thou didst forbid me to do, and have put away what thou hast ordered me to observe. I pray thee by him who is sovereign Lord of names to write down for me with the pen of thy bounty, that which will enable me to draw nigh unto thee, and will purge me from the trespasses which have intervened between me and thy forgiveness and thy pardon. Verily, thou art the potent, the bountiful. No God is there but thee, the mighty, the gracious. The 10th glad tidings. As a token of grace from God, the revealer of the most great announcement, we have removed from the Holy Scriptures and tablets the law prescribing the destruction of books. The 11th glad tidings. It is permissible to study sciences and arts, but such sciences as are useful and would redound the progress and advancements of people. Thus hath it been decreed by him who is the ordainer, the all-wise. The 12th glad tidings. It is adjoined upon every one of you who engage in some form of occupation, such as crafts, trades, and the like. We have graciously exalted your engagement in such work to rank of worship unto God, the true one. Ponder ye in your hearts the grace and blessings of God, and render thanks unto him at eventide and at dawn. Waste not your time in idleness and sloth. Occupy yourselves with that which profiteth yourselves and others. Thus hath it been decreed from this tablet, from whose horizon the day star of wisdom and utterance shineth resplendent. The most despised of men in the sight of God are those who sit idly and beg. Hold ye fast unto the cord of material means, placing your whole trust in God, the provider of all means. When anyone occupieth himself in a craft or trade, such occupation itself is regarded as an estimation of God as an act of worship. And this is not but a token of his infinite and all pervasive bounty. The 13th glad tidings. The men of God's house of justice have been charged with the affairs of the people. They, in truth, are the trustees of God among his servants and the daysprings of authority in his country. O people of God, that which traineth the world in justice, for it is upheld by two pillars, reward and punishment. These two pillars are the sources of life to the world. And as much as for each day there is a new problem, and for every problem an expedient solution, such affairs should be referred to the ministers of the house of justice, that they may act according to the need and requirements of the time. They that, for the sake of God, arise to serve his cause are the recipients of divine inspiration from the unseen kingdom. It is incumbent upon all to be obedient unto them. All matters of state should be referred to the house of justice, but acts of worship must be observed according to that which God hath revealed in his book. O people of BAHA, ye are the dawning places of the love of God and the day springs of his loving kindness. Defile not your tongues with cursing and reviling of any soul, and guard your eyes against that which is not seemly. Set forth that which ye possess. If it be favorably received, your end is attained. If not, to protest is vain. Leave that soul to himself and turn unto the Lord, the protector, the self-subsisting. Be not the cause of grief, much less of the discord and strife. The hope is cherished that ye might obtain true education in the shelter of the tree of his tender mercies, and act in accordance with that which God desireth. Ye are all the leaves of one tree and the drops of one ocean. The 14th glad tidings. It is not necessary to undertake special journeys to visit resting places of the dead. If the people of substance and affluence offer the cost in such journeys to the house of justice, it would be pleasing and acceptable in the presence of God. Happy are they that observe his precepts. The 15th glad tiding. Although the Republican from the government profiteth all the peoples of the world, yet the majesty of the kingship is one of the signs of God. We do not wish that the countries of the world should remain deprived thereof. If the sagacious combine the two forms into one, great will be their reward in the presence of God. In former religions, such ordinances as holy war, destruction of books, and ban of association and companionship with other peoples, or in reading certain books, had been laid down and affirmed according to the exigencies of the time. However, in this mighty revelation, this is the momentous announcement. The manifold bestowals and favors of God have overshadowed all man, and from the horizon of the will of the ever abiding Lord, his infallible decree hath prescribed that which we have set forth above. We yield praise unto God, hallowed and glorified be he, for whatsoever he hath graciously revealed in this blessed, this glorious and incomparable day. Indeed, if everyone on earth were endowed with the myriad tongues and were to continually praise God and magnify his name to the end that knoweth no end, their thanksgiving would not prove adequate for even one of the gracious favors we have mentioned in this tablet. Unto this beareth witness every man of wisdom and discernment and understanding and knowledge. We earnestly beseech God, exalted be his glory, to aid the rulers and sovereigns who are exponents of the power and the daysprings of his glory, to enforce his laws and ordinances. He is in truth the omnipotent, the all-powerful. He who is want to answer the call of men. Ornaments. In my name, which standeth supreme above all names, praise and glory beseem the Lord of names and the creator of heavens. He, the waves of whose ocean of revelation surge before the eyes of the people of the world. The day star has of his cause shineth through every veil, and his word of affirmation standeth beyond the reach of negation. Neither the ascendancy or of the oppressor nor the tyranny of the wicked hath been able to thwart his purpose. How glorified is his sovereignty! How exalted is his dominion! Great God, although his signs have encompassed the world and his proofs and testimonies are shining forth and manifest as light, yet the ignorant appear heedless, nay, rather rebellious. Would that they had been content with the opposition, but at all times, they are plotting to cut down the sacred oak tree. Since the dawn of this revelation, the embodiments of selfishness have, by restoring the cruelty and oppression, striven to extinguish the light, or striving to extinguish the light of the divine manifestation. But God, having stayed their hands, revealed this light through his sovereign authority and protected it through the power of his might until earth and heaven are illumined by the radiance and brightness. Praise be unto him under all conditions. Glory be unto thee, the Lord of the world and desire of the nations, O thou who hast become manifest in the greatness or greatest name, whereby the pearls of wisdom and utterance have appeared from the shells of the great sea of thy knowledge, and the heavens of the divine revelations have been adorned with the light and the appearance of the sun of thy countenance. I beg of thee by that word through which thy proof was perfected among the creatures and thy testimony was fulfilled among thy servants, to strengthen thy people in that whereby the face of cause will radiate in thy dominion. The standards of thy power will be planted among thy servants, and the banners of thy guidance will be raised throughout thy dominions. O my Lord, thou beholdest them clinging to the rope of thy grace and holding fast unto the hem of the mantle of thy beneficence. Ordain for them that which draw them nearer unto thee, and withhold them from all else save thee. I beg of thee, O thy King of existence and protector of the seen and unseen, to make whosoever arises to serve thy cause as a sea moving by thy desire, as one ablaze with the fire of thy sacred tree, shining from the horizon of the heaven of thy will. Verily, thou art the mighty one, whom neither power of all the world nor the strength of nations can weaken. There is no God but thee, the one, the incomparable, the protector, the self-subsistent. O thou hast quaffed the wine of mine utterance from the chalice of my knowledge. These sublime words were heard today from the rustling of the divine lote tree, which the Lord of names hath, and with the hand of celestial power planted in the all highest paradise. The first taraz and the first effulgence which hath dawned from the horizon of the mother book is that man should know his own self and recognize that which leadeth unto loftiness or lowliness, glory or abasement, wealth or poverty. Having attained the stage of fulfillment and reached his maturity, man standeth in a need of wealth, and such wealth as he acquires such through crafts or professions is commendable and praiseworthy in the estimation of the men of wisdom, and especially in the eyes of servants who dedicate themselves to the education of the world and to the edification of the people, of its people. They are, in truth, cupbearers of the life-giving water of knowledge and guides into the ideal way. They direct the people of the world to straight path and acquaint them with that which is conducive to human upliftment and exaltation. The straight path is the one which guideth man to the dayspring of perception and to the dawning place of true understanding, and leadeth them to that which will redound to glory, honor, and greatness. We cherish the hope that through the loving kindness of the all-wise, all-knowing, obscuring dust may be dispelled and the power of perception enhanced, that the people may discover the purpose for which they have been called into being. And this day, whatsoever serveth to reduce blindness and to increase vision is worthy of consideration. The vision acteth as the agent and guide for true knowledge. Indeed, in the estimation of men of wisdom, keenness and of understanding is due keenness of vision. The people of BAHA must, under all circumstances, observe that which is meet and seemly, and exhort the people accordingly. The second taraz is to consort with the followers of all religions in a spirit of friendliness and fellowship, to proclaim that which the speaker on Sinai has set forth, and to observe fairness in all matters. They that are endued with sincerity and faithfulness should associate with all the peoples and kindreds of earth with joy and radiance, inasmuch as consorting with people hath promoted and will continue to promote unity and concord, which in turn are conducive to the maintenance of the order of the world and to the regeneration of nations. Blessed are such as hold fast to the cord of kindliness and tender mercy, and are free from animosity and hatred. This wrong one exhorteth the peoples of the world to observe tolerance and righteousness, which are two lights amidst the darkness of the world, and two educators for the edification of mankind. Happy are they who have attained thereto, and woe betide the heedless. The third Taraz concerneth good character. A good character is, verily, the best mantle for men from God. With it he adorneth the temples of his loved ones. By my life, the light of a good character surpasseth the light of the sun and the radiance thereof. Whoso attaineth it is accounted as a jewel among men. The glory and the upliftment of the world must needs depend upon it. A godly character or a goodly character is a means whereby men are guided to the straight path and are led to the great announcement. Well, is it with him who is adorned with the saintly attributes and character of the concourse of the high, on high, concourse on high. It beseemeth you to fix your gaze under all conditions upon justice and fairness. In the hidden words, this exalted utterance hath been revealed from our most august pen. Our most august pen. O Son of Spirit, the best beloved of all things in my sight is justice. Turn not away therefrom if thou desirest me, and neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. By its aid thou shalt see with thine own eyes, and not through the eyes of others, and shall know of thine own knowledge, and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. Ponder this in your heart, how it beloveth thee to be. Verily, justice is my gift to thee, and the sign of my loving kindness. Set it then before thine eyes. They that are just and fair-minded in their judgment occupy a sublime station and hold an exalted rank. The light of piety and uprightness shineth resplendent from these souls. We earnestly hope that the people and countries of the world may not be deprived of the splendors of the two luminaries. The fourth Taraz concerneth trustworthiness. Verily, it is the door of security for all that dwell on earth, and a token of glory on the part of all merciful. He who partaketh thereof hath indeed partaketh of the treasures of wealth and prosperity. Trustworthiness is the greatest portal leading unto tranquility and security of the people, and trust and stability of every affair hath depended on and doth depend upon it. all the domains of power and grandeur and of glory on the part of the all-merciful. He who partaketh thereof hath indeed partaketh in the treasures of wealth and prosperity. Trustworthiness is the greatest portal leading unto tranquility and security of the people. In truth, the stability of every affair hath depended and doth depend upon it. All domains of power and grandeur and of wealth are illumined by its light. Not long ago, these sublime words were revealed from the pen of the Most High. We will now mention unto the trustworthiness and the station thereof in the estimation of God, thy Lord, the Lord of the mighty throne. One day of days we repaired unto our green island. Upon our arrival, we beheld the streams flowing and its trees luxuriant, and the sunlight playing in their midst. Turning our face to the right, we beheld what the pen is powerless to describe, nor can it set forth that which the eye of the Lord of mankind witnessed in that most sanctified, that most sublime, that blessed, and that most exalted spot. Turning then to the left, we gazed on one of the beauties of the most sublime paradise, standing on a pillar of light and calling aloud, saying, O inmates of earth and heaven, behold ye my beauty and my radiance, my revelation, my effulgence. By God, the true one, I am trustworthiness and the revelation thereof and the beauty thereof. I will recompense whosoever will cleave unto me and recognize my rank and station and hold fast unto my hem. I am the most great ornament of the people of Baha and the vesture of glory unto all who are in the kingdom of creation. I am the supreme instrument for the prosperity of the world and the horizon of assurance unto all beings. Thus have we sent down for thee that which will draw men nigh unto the creation, to the Lord of creation. O people of Baha, trustworthiness is in truth the best of vestures for the temples and the most glorious crown for your heads. Take ye fast hold of it and behest of him who is the ordainer, the all-informed. The fifth Torah concerneth the protection and the preservation of the stations of God's servants. One should not ignore the truth of any matter. Rather shall one give expression to that which is right and true.